So, being an everyday mermaid, sometimes we do have responsibilities in the human world. We got to go out into the public.
It's true. Sometimes you gotta tame down that mersona just the tiniest bit just to help you get through your day.
For sure. And Madison Ashley does a great job with that because they create jewelry that gives you a super classic mermaid vibe without going crazy over the top with it.
Oh, it's such a good idea because I am not a big jewelry wearer, but I tell you what, like this bracelet that I'm wearing, the wave bracelet that I'm wearing right now, it's the perfect amount of hint of ocean life without screaming my mermaid style.
And I love that. That's what an everyday mermaid is, friends.
It's true.
And you know what? They also donate to ocean conservation. So we love Madison Ashley Jewelry, and we know you will too. And you can check them out at madisonashleyusa.com. And if you want to get a little discount code, check out the link in our description. Mermaids. Hey everyone, it's Abby, your everyday mermaid, and this is
Lauren,
my mergal pal, and you're listening to the Everyday Mermaid podcast. We are sharing the ins and outs.
You mean fins and outs.
Ooh, of being a mermaid.
We bring you the latest news, interviews with celebrities, and of course,
a hashtag Jody moment for our girl Jody Benson, the voice of the Little Mermaid.
Let's dive in to the Everyday Mermaid podcast.
All my mermaids.
All my mermaids. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. I don't know.
Hey everybody, it's Abby, your everyday mermaid, and this is
Lauren,
my mergal pal, and you are listening to the Everyday Mermaid podcast.
Yay!
This is actually our second time to do this intro because we started and got to talking and realized our levels weren't set and the camera was funky. So hashtag 2020, this is round 2.
How to do it.
Let's just hope this is right.
Yay!
So Lauren,
why do we not have anything on the table, Abby? What happened to our things?
So, yes, if you are watching the YouTube version, if you're not, hey, we have a YouTube version on my YouTube channel, Mermaid Vlogs. Check it out.
Yes, we're not wearing any makeup today.
We're not wearing any makeup. My husband was like, is that how you're going to look on camera today?
And
I was like,
that's rude.
Yes. I was like, we're keeping it real, Ben. We're keeping it real.
Marriage.
I know. You gotta love it. So anywho, so we have this lovely white desk, and typically we set dolls.
We have knickknacks
figurines
and whatnots galore.
Yes, we do. We have those things on the desk typically. But today, as I was setting the set up for the first time in forever, I was like, you know what? We're going to stick these in a drawer.
Okay.
Think about them, love them.
Okay.
Maybe bring them out later.
Okay.
But it's, this year has been crazy. Let's just have a clean slate. Let's see what gifts arise because I'm sure, in fact, I may have received some gifts already for us. So I'm like, I'm sure we'll get some things. And I'm just like, let's just start anew.
What's the Disney song for that?
We will write one.
Thank you.
There's not
I
one.
was like, I can't. See, this is what 2020's done to me. I can't even think of an appropriate Disney song for this. And there's totally is one about you're going to start all over again, or the "I Want" song.
There's got to. Yeah.
It's fine. We're fine. Everything is on fire.
Everything is on fire, but we're fine, and you're fine. And I just gotta say, thank you to all of our patrons who have been with us from the beginning.
Y'all stuck it out.
Who have just supported us, even though we are just a wonky mess of hashtag 2020 just inconsistency right now.
We did do some great interviews.
We did. Oh my gosh.
Some quarantine views.
For sure. I was so thrilled when we got to have Shop Vancouver Mermaid, Miss Courtney Mermaid there, Tracy Hines, Felicia with Fins. I mean, we got some good folks on the podcast.
Definite fangirling that happened.
Oh my gosh, for sure. Oh my gosh. It was a good time. But now we're back in studio. You and I, at least. And we are going to try and get back to our regularly scheduled programming, friends.
So what's first?
Okay. So, we did the Merlings Say the Darndest Things.
Indeed.
Did we stop doing that for a second?
Well, we were doing the interview while I wasn't working with children
Right.
during the quarantine, so I didn't have anything new. I have lots of new things now. If you would like to continue, I am more than willing. And I hear one or two people have missed.
Yeah. So we had a few people reach out and they were like, what happened to Lauren's Merlings Say the Darndest Things? Because
They were
not
not allowed
everybody-
to come to school.
right, they couldn't come to school.
weren't
That's what
allowed.
happened. But, not everybody, if you are new to the podcast, if this is like your first episode with us,
That's fair.
the Everyday Mermaids, let's just recap here. So I'm a pro mermaid and content creator. Lauren here is a mermaid and also a preschool teacher.
Hello. I also marry people.
She also, yes, this is a new development. She can now marry you. So, hey, all you merfolk out there want to get married, holla at your
Hi.
girl.
Will travel.
Will travel, have fins, have paperwork. I don't
Yeah.
know what is required to do such a thing, but
I can marry you.
She can marry
I'm
you.
a wedding officiant.
I'm kind of like, I'm a little sad that you weren't doing this.
What's your next big anniversary?
I guess 10 years.
We
We've
can
been
do
married
a
6
vow
years.
renewal.
Okay, great. Love that. Let's do it in the Bahamas or something.
Glorious.
Okay.
I'm down.
So anywho, Lauren's a preschool teacher, and what's been fun for us is Lauren will post on her Facebook these quotes from her kids from her class. And you teach what age?
4 and 5-year-olds.
So of course it's hilarious.
Yes.
And sometimes just completely like out of the blue random things. Just
Most of the time.
Yes, it's really entertaining for me at least. But for those of you who don't follow Lauren on Facebook or haven't listened to an episode yet, I just wanted to heads up. That's what Merlings Say the Darndest Things. That's what that segment is all about.
That's what it's all about.
And really, it's just to bring you joy, you
Yeah,
know, because it brings us joy.
I mean, that's really all it is. I mean, and it is, they're hilarious. Do you
Yeah.
want me to do that now?
I mean, yeah, do you have them ready now?
I do.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well,
One.
let's just start off the episode. Yes. Yes.
4-year-old. Elsa is real. I've met her. Why won't anyone believe me?
That's like, the most pure thing.
I know. She was very upset. I have this segment that I do. Last year I started the year off with it, and I tried to do it this year as well. And it's just a really good intro into kind of the class structure, because we can branch off from a lot of places from here, but I call it fantasy versus reality. And so I have these laminated pictures that I have that, one of them is Superman, and he's a fantasy creature.
Yeah,
and
sure.
the corresponding picture is a firefighter.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they're both
heroes.
They
but-
both save people. One just happens to do it in real life, and the other one is a picture of Doc McStuffins,
Oh yeah.
and then a picture of a corresponding doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I have Princess Sophia. So Princess Sophia is one of the pictures.
Yeah.
And then I have Princess Charlotte
All right.
from the royal family in England.
Yes.
And they actually look fairly similar, and they both are like blonde-headed little girls, brunette.
Yeah.
They're both brunette little girls, and so it's like that's the perfect corresponding. And so. She was still very concerned that having met Elsa at Disney,
I can see how that would be confusing.
it is. So, it's like
Whoops.
Elsa is a fantasy creature. She just happens to have a real life counterpart.
Yes. That's a tricky one for a 4-year-old.
Life is hard.
It is.
4-year-old, Miss Lauren, you're really, really tall.
You are.
I always try and make sure I get that, because so far I'm going 3 for 3. 3 years I've been teaching this class. 3 years I've been told at some point
And you're tall.
some version of you're tall, or Miss Lauren is the longest adult I know.
Yes.
And Miss Lauren's got big old legs.
Well, big old legs, Miss Lauren. Oh my gosh.
4-year-old, why don't you have windows on your princess castle? Other 4-year-old, because that's just how I am.
Well,
That's fair.
yeah.
I'm not going to deny it.
No.
And then the one that brought you a lot of joy, Abby, was something I said, which is Book Center is a quiet center. It's not where we scare each other with sweatshirts.
I was like, what? You got to explain that one to the audience.
I do. So one of my children during the month of October, they have those sweatshirts that look like a skeleton.
Right.
So you'd worn it and the hood comes over your eyes. So it's, because they have little heads. And then another kid just had a regular sweatshirt that had a hood. And so they had pulled the hoods down over their eyes and were just at their friends in Book Center. That's not what Book Center is for.
No. My gosh.
I'm just glad they didn't ask me where they could do that.
Right.
I'm like, go
Not
outside.
sure what center that's for.
We'll scare each other with sweatshirts outside. I was and as soon as it left my mouth, it was just one of those moments of, what?
Yeah. Is this what my life is today?
Oh. So that's Merling Say the Darndest Things. I'm not going to read all of them.
Yeah, that's the really condensed
The very
version.
condensed version. I'll use them sparingly.
Yes. I'm glad that we are bringing that back because I missed it.
They're good kiddos.
Well, Lauren, so we've been gone a while from this podcast, and a lot has happened Mermaid-wise that we need to catch up on.
Tell me.
That we need to get all caught up on, rather.
Why do I always snort when you say that? You say get all caught up all the time. And for some reason, I'm like, it's so punny. You say it all the time.
Just catching you off guard, I guess. Just caught you off guard.
See?
There
Every
you
time.
I don't know.
It's absurd.
What's going on?
Yeah, we've been friends too long.
I know. So, something magical happened in your mermaid life. And that is you got a little glow up situation. Tell everybody.
So my Instagram handle is mermaid_after_midnight.
Yeah.
And my most recent picture, because I kind of refuse to take it off the top slot, is my brand new Mertailor tail debut.
No.
So the Nashville Mermaid Pod, along with a few choice others who are the kindest of kinds, gifted me a silicone monofin from Mertailor.
The Fantasy Fin 3.
Thank you. For my birthday. It was my birthday. And there was crying involved. And so, of course, once I got the monofin, I was like, oh, no. I have to choose a skin. And cue minor anxiety attacks as I just scoured through the Whimsy 3 skins. Oh, and I finally decided on, I'm going to butcher the name because I don't know actually how to say it, but I call it the Galathea.
Yeah, I think that's right.
It's either that or the Galathea. Galathea.
Either way.
And it's rather on the more demure side, especially when I compare it to some of the really colorful, bright tails that you have gotten. But I wanted to make sure I had something that would complement Abby's colors okay, but that still spoke to my aesthetic, which is seafoam green.
Yes.
If there's any color I love on this planet, it is seafoam green. I love seafoam green. And so that one had a lot in it. And so that was just the one I kept. And I'm not a big patterns person per se.
Yet.
Yeah.
I would say that's like where I was when I began this journey. And now I'm like, give me all the patterns.
I've got colors. So yeah, I went with a more demure tail. And the other thing, this is from a kind of slightly vain point of view, but not many people had that skin.
Oh yeah,
because I made sure to research it a little bit, and I only found like a couple of people that had it.
It's true
on Instagram, and I said that's fine.
Yes, you want to be your own mermaid.
So yeah, so I got it, and it's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
And then of course I only let Abby and Ben shoot.
Yes.
Or photograph me. Yeah, sure.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And so I got the skin, sent a picture of just the skin to Abby, and I was like, I came. And so she booked me for the pool. Y'all, I didn't try it on. I still had the tags on it when I brought it to the pool. I couldn't do it. I was so I was afeared.
Oh my gosh.
It wasn't gonna like fit, or it wasn't gonna look good. I was like, I can't do it.
Girl.
And then this girl over here went and had black bathing suit bottoms that she wore underneath, and that tail is white on top.
This is why you need to try it on before your shoot,
No.
silly Willy.
No, I couldn't do it. I just a fear. It was just a too. I was too afraid. And it's beautiful.
It is.
And it fits like a glove.
It does. It's so pretty. It's really, really, really pretty. And I was kind of like, I was shocked that you had not put it on your body.
I just couldn't do it. I was so.
Oh my gosh. It's so crazy to me.
Well, you know, the irony of our personalities is that in person, I am big.
Yes.
Especially if you meet me for the first time and a little bit
Right.
nervous, which I usually am. I won't shut up. I sweat a lot, and I have a lot of exuberance that, makes me crash later. And Abby is much more of a demure personality. So then you get on our social medias. I don't post at all, hardly ever at all. And Abby's over here, content creator, running like 17 different Instagrams and 45 different websites. That's an exaggeration.
But it's a lot.
But it's a lot, And then like during this whole pandemic, sister over here is like opening up a new LLC. So yeah, we are not the same person, I guess.
Which is good, and that's why we have a podcast together. But yeah, you did so beautifully, and we got some really good photos, which I guess, FYI, my husband Ben and I, we own a video production company. Like, we've been doing that for years.
Yes, they have.
And for some reason, I don't know why, we haven't done underwater, like, really until now.
Because it's expensive.
It's expensive for sure. And so when 2020 happened, and I didn't have any mermaid gigs at all over the summer, and things started slowing down. Well, most things started slowing down video wise. We were like, what the heck are we gonna do? I mean, for a moment there, I was like, well, I guess we're selling the house and moving in with my parents. Like, see y'all later, Nashville. Like, there was a moment there.
I understand.
Yeah, we were like, whoa. But we had some magical things happen, and I decided that even if I can't mermaid, if I can't perform, I enjoy this underwater photography stuff. It's something we can do socially distanced. And it's something that I can do by myself if I need to. I like to do it with Ben, but I can do it by myself if I need to.
A buddy.
Yes, and so it's something that is a kind of not a plan B, but just like an extra thing that I love to do that we should have been doing forever ago, but somehow the Lord, the universe, whatever you want to call it, has been upon us and just like directed us this way. And I'm pretty sure that's how 2020 has gone for a lot of our friends and people in this world.
As Tim Gunn likes to say, make it work.
Make it work. And that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
And, the resources were provided, and we're just like trusting that this is the right thing for us. And so far, so good, friends.
All right, it's looking beautiful.
Yeah, if you want to follow us, we're Create Well Underwater, which Create Well is our LLC for our video stuff too. But we have like a separate little Create Well Underwater. So
I mean, y'all should just go check it out anyway. I mean, it is really something.
it's been really fun, and we don't know everything. We're still learning, but which is fun because I get to shoot with my friends and just practice and see how it goes. But I'm excited because Justin Lutsky, who I just shot with in the Florida Springs a couple weekends ago, he's actually coming back to Nashville, hopefully, in December. And he's like super great at all like the lighting and like the things that we don't know about just yet, because we're in the video world and lighting is different in the video world than it is like flashes and strobes. Like we just do constant lighting and stuff. Anywho, he's coming down. He's gonna show us a few things. I'm excited about that. Yeah.
We didn't interview him.
No, but he was sitting right there when we did interview Christine, the underwater woman.
Yes. And that was a joy because he just pipe in with something every once in a while.
Oh yeah, he's so funny.
We should interview him
I know. Why haven't we had him on the podcast?
because he doesn't live here.
well, he's going to be here, so we should
we
just
have
work
that problem
out.
solved. We're gonna interview Justin. Let's
Yeah,
see. I don't
we'll
know if
have
you
him on
know
the
about
show.
this, Justin, but guess what?
Guess what? He actually, yeah, I think he asked me about that whenever I saw him last. So we'll just work that out.
Perfect. I mean, we had a great time interviewing Brett Stanley.
I know.
The last time. And yeah, I mean, and I think it's important for us to interview people like that wouldn't necessarily be considered like a norm for us. I mean, yeah,
Totally.
have we interviewed a lot of mermaids? Sure.
Yes.
But Brett Stanley is an underwater photographer, and I learned so much from him.
I know.
Like he never really even ventured into out of water photography.
No, that's his thing.
Yeah.
And that conversation kind of turned into a beautiful friendship, and now he and I will be collaborating on a video project in a few months.
So excited. So yeah, and then Justin, y'all have kept up.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, Justin, he had never been to the Florida Springs, which if you've never been to the Springs, you gotta go, people. You gotta go. I do not recommend going when it's 54 degrees outside, but which was the case a couple weekends ago. But you gotta go.
What is it she says in Lilo and Stitch? You're crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that's what everybody was saying. Like, so the springs, they stay about 72 degrees year round. So they say. And in Florida, typically it's like, I don't know, 90 degrees.
Sure.
But when I got there, it was 90 degrees. And then the next day when we were actually going to shoot, it was 54 degrees.
Yep. Sounds about right.
And so.
Because, I mean, the springs aren't in southern Florida.
No, it's kind of like over Gainesville-ish is kind of where we were. And the thing about water temperature, so you're thinking if you're new to this and you're like 70 degrees, that sounds warm. No, it's not. So typically, if I learned this from Mermaid Linden, to put it in my contract, if I'm doing a mermaid performance, it's got to stay above 80 degrees. Mm-hmm. The water has to be 80 degrees or warmer, preferably 90. And
can all of us be Sabrina Rose?
Right?
Swimming in
that aquarium tank. She's
with
so beautiful.
Fishies.
I know, she comes out shaking, and that's what we did at the springs. So the springs were 72 degrees or lower, I feel like. But as soon as you get in, like it just takes all of your might just to have the courage to like put your body under the water. Like
I have this image of going down there and just doing the full what is it, freeze miser from or the cold miser from those claymation videos, Christmas movies, and just like fully immersing myself as the frozen mermaid.
Yes,
being like, this is how this feels.
It is, yes. And there, so Miss Luna Marie and I both shot with Justin at the Springs, and we ended up figuring it out to where one of us would go while the other stays in the car, literally with heat full blast, my butt warmers on, like keeping my toes warm and stuff. And then we would switch. She would come in frozen, Yeah. And basically, like, my cue to get out was when I couldn't stop my body from convulsing. So like shaking, like that's one thing, but like, like that's when you got to get out.
Justin was wearing a wetsuit.
Justin was in a wetsuit the whole time. He was in a 5, wetsuit. And, but on the third day, Justin decided that he would go in, after we were all done shooting, and he had his wetsuit off, and he's like, I'm just going to take a dip and just like see what we're working with here. I have that on my vlog if you want to watch it, his reaction. But let's just say that he agrees that we are Wonder Women, and it was cold.
And you're crazy.
And you're crazy. The things we do for art.
You can't rush art. God, I love Disney.
I know, it's good.
Just
being an everyday mermaid in the human world, sometimes you just got to go out in public for your human responsibilities, Lauren.
You're right, Abby. I can't always be completely over the top with my persona. It's got to be a little bit subtle sometimes.
And Madison Ashley is pretty great at this. They've got an amazing jewelry line that gives you a chance to really express your mermaid self, but not like crazy over the top.
If you're watching the YouTube version, I am currently wearing the wave bracelet. It's very light and it's was super easy to put on, and I'm kind of in love with it.
Yeah, it's perfect for your Mersona in the daily, everyday mermaid sense.
So true.
And you can check them out at MadisonAshleyUSA.com. And if you want to get a little discount code, check out the link in our description.
I really do.
Yeah. Okay. So, do we want to break for a hashtag Jody moment, or do we want to break for gifts? Ooh, I have an idea.
Oh, okay. Should I close my eyes for this? Yay.
Well, before we move on, I have some what's the word? What's the word for food? Like a snack?
Nom noms?
I'm sure.
Are they those cookies?
No.
Oh, speaking of cookies, Abby's not gluten-free anigore.
Oh my gosh,
She can eat
friends.
the gluten, you guys.
We can tell that story in a minute. But, this is perfect for a story time.
Okay. Huzzah! Turn it around. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so I was at Target and I found Mermaid popcorn, and she looks like you, and she looks like me.
Oh my God, you're right. This is almost as good as Mermaid Pop-Tarts.
Almost as good, definitely not as good, I'm sure. But this says it's fruit flavored kettle corn, so I'm like, I don't know how it's gonna actually taste, but
It's got tapioca.
oh, I love tapioca. Bubble tea is my favorite, so I thought we should try it on live television.
Live from New York.
It's Mermaid popcorn.
Mm.
Oh.
Which smells like fruit.
Tastes good to me.
It's like Fruit Loops made
Yeah.
of popcorn.
That's exactly what it tastes like.
That's what it is. It's Fruit Loops and they made a popcorn. I can even taste it.
I love it. Okay, story time.
Story time.
So a long time ago, maybe 8 years ago, I got really sick and had to go to the doctor.
This is not new. Abby gets sick a lot.
I do. I get sick a lot. It's a thing. But I get sick a lot with tummy things.
Mm-hmm.
And so the doctor was like, listen, let's just cut out gluten. Because I had basically cut it out anyway, thinking like for a little bit that I would like feel better. I don't know. But then I like ate it again and then I got sick. And he was like, let's cut it out. Let's see if you feel better. Let's just do it. And so that's what I did. I cut it out. And of course, I felt better.
Uh-huh.
So whether this was all in my mind, who knows? But really, we'll find out what actually happened. So time passes.
Fast forward.
It was kind of an ordeal and really like an embarrassing thing, like having to go and not be able to eat any of these people's food that like they prepared specifically for me.
Well,
and
there was a bit of a social stigma too.
oh yeah, people were like, "You're just doing it because it's a fad."
Yeah, it's not a real thing.
And I'm like, "No, actually." So I went through this whole period of time not having gluten, feeling okay, but after a while,
You were still having like bouts.
I still had some tummy things. So this past year, I went to a different doctor, and she was like, listen, I hate to tell you this, but I'm pretty sure you have an infection in your gut. And it's not been the gluten, it's been this other thing that you've been eating that has gluten in it. And that's in a lot of other foods. That's causing this inflammation, that's causing all this stuff in your gut to happen. And I was like, what are you talking about? How dare you?
Like she's trying to speak to me. I know it.
And I've been going like this long without gluten, and you're telling me it's not even the gluten, it's something in my gut?
Yeah, and here's the thing. They've come a long way with gluten-free stuff. Do
For
you
sure.
know what does not taste the same gluten-free? Pizza.
Pizza, donuts. Oh, praise the Lord for donuts.
Bread. Basic bread.
So, anywho, so I had to go through a 12-week treatment of this terrible infection. And after that, she was like, well, you're all cleared up. Looks like we can reintroduce gluten again if you want. You totally don't have to, but it might be fun. I was like, yes, it would be fun. Let's do this. When can I buy Pop-Tarts? Like, it was a great time. So slowly, like, I had my first piece of it was. I had like a half of a piece of pizza one day. Like, it wasn't a ton of bread. It was just like the gluten bread, the kind with gluten in it. Anyway, so slowly started eating bread again. And now I eat whatever I want.
It's amazing.
It's the best. And Ben was like, sorry, popcorn is literally stuck in my throat.
Pause.
Hold on. So, anywho, I can now eat gluten again. And it is a marvelous, marvelous thing, girl.
She told me that story, and I was like, you have got to be kidding me. What a bizarre story.
So many years of not having gluten. For what? Okay. So, Mermaid Carriel.
Yay!
We did have her on the podcast while we were at Mermagicon in February, before all of this freaking coronavirus stuff happened.
I'm just so glad we got to go to that.
I know, but I'm pretty sure, Lauren, I might have had COVID, like, during that. Like, that might have been COVID. What I had.
Even in the U.S.?
Yes, that was in February.
Oh, then I've got antibodies. Yay!
I know. Y'all were all quarantined. Like, y'all were all in the... All these terms now that y'all were all in the room with me when it happened. In the room where it happened. So, anywhoozle. Mermaid Carriel was on the podcast. Long story short, she sent me a whole box of goodies. And she sent you a little something and me a little something. So,
My favorite, though, is that Abby told me that she sent us something, and she was like, she also sent me a random popsicle stick.
I was confused what the popsicle stick was for, but...
And then, as a preschool teacher, I went, she's got a kid, doesn't she? And we went,
like,
oh my
okay.
gosh. That's what it is. I was like, yeah.
Okay, so she gave us these bracelets. For those of y'all just listening, she gave Lauren this beautiful octopus bracelet that it goes on your wrist.
Okay. Sorry. Look at yours. Oh my God.
And I got a dingle hopper one.
Okay.
So
I'm so afraid of ripping it.
I know it won't rip.
Okay. Wow.
I know. So
I might have to make mine a bracer, like on my
totally.
upper arm.
Oh yeah, because you got little
little.
skinny arms. Yeah.
Big head.
Little arms.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
yeah.
it's gonna be a bracer.
So cute though, right?
So pretty.
So
Goes with my color.
I know. She knew your colors. So she sent us that. Oh, she sent us something else too.
Like, I'd take off my sweatshirt to try this on, but that's inappropriate.
No, wait, yeah, this is a family-friendly show. That's for Mermaids After Midnight.
Uh-huh.
So she also sent us these hand-painted, beautiful art pieces. For those of you who can't see these, there's one. What?
You should put them on the wall.
Oh my gosh, we should. We should hang them on the wall.
Oh my God, she's
that would be
drinking
so
wine.
cute. Yeah,
Juice. She's drinking juice.
she's. That's her mermaid juice,
Her
everyone,
fruit
children.
punch.
Yeah, so really pretty mermaids. So yeah, we should definitely hang them on the wall.
So, look at her. She's gorgeous.
I know, she's so pretty.
Love
So
it. See, and I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for that.
I know that little dorsal
The
fin.
dorsal. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, these are so
So
cute.
yeah, she sent us those.
She's so sweet.
I know.
And she's beautiful, y'all. Like, it was
Yeah.
one of the most intimidating interviews of my life. I was like, you're so pretty.
It's true.
You're like really pretty.
You're like really pretty. Oh my God, Karen. Also, okay, last gift, and then we'll be done and we'll move on because I know y'all listening are like, ugh, can't we just skip this part, please, because we can't see it. It's all on the YouTube version, friends.
Mm-hmm.
So Lauren actually has had a not great week.
Oh, it's been awful. It's like,
Just some crazy stuff
Yeah.
that you just could never imagine.
yeah.
And so,
Like, I had to take off of work. You know what I don't do? Take off of work.
yeah,
Unless I am vacationing.
yeah.
Because I
Which
don't do
you were
things
not.
little. Neither. I'm like, I work, y'all. I'm very good at my job.
Lauren is very dedicated to her job and her work, and then the fact that she had to take off work.
Like, I
No,
know
ma'am.
why your packages have popsicle sticks in them. Okay.
So, anywho, I was walking through Target, and I was like, well,
Has fun, Dad.
this always makes me happy, so I thought I would give you some princess socks.
Yay! Aw, thank you.
You're welcome.
And there's Ariel, always.
Of
very
course.
important. And Belle. She's very important. I'm sorry. There's Ariel, and there's Belle, and there's Snow White, because she's so pretty. Mulan! Yay. And there's Jasmine, and Cindy. Very important, Cinderella.
Yes.
Thank
Sorry,
you.
Merida's not in there, but, you know.
We can't get everything.
Wow.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's very sweet. Yay!
So,
Presents.
yeah. As I'm chomping on my popcorn, I'm going to have to edit this popcorn.
I just thought of a really good segue.
What?
You know who was also a gift in life?
Jody?
Jody!
Wait, where's the Jody moment
What
thing?
did you do, Abigail? So works. It's my favorite part.
All right, you know what that sound means, friends. It's time for a hashtag Jody moment.
What we got?
Well, we first need to let people know if it's your first time listening. The Jody moment is when we spend a moment here celebrating the beauty that is Jody Benson, the voice of The Little Mermaid.
Speaking and singing voice, very important distinction.
Very important. Indeed. Hey, did you know? Wow. I really was going to stay on topic here, but I kind of am. I kind of.
It's just the instant transition between we got this. Oh, wait. Oh, disappointment.
It's kind of Jody related. The reason I thought about it was because Jody Benson, the voice of Little Mermaid, was also in the movie Enchanted, you know?
Indeed.
She was his assistant.
Yeah.
And
It hasn't aged a day.
not a day. Jody, how? And so I also knew that Paige O'Hara, the voice of Belle, is also in the movie.
She is.
I did not realize that the voice of Pocahontas.
You didn't?
No!
Heck yeah.
She's the pregnant mother.
Yes.
In there as well. I had
There's just
no
like
idea.
a tiny little scene.
Yeah.
It's when he's like knocking on all the doors trying to find her. Oh, Giselle. And pregnant mama opens it up and she's got like 5 kids around her and she's like,
Yeah. So funny.
and that's it. That's the voice of Pocahontas.
Had no idea.
Yeah.
And of course, Julie Andrews also is narrating the thing. So we love her.
Listen.
If we could have a moment for Jodie and Julie and Paige and all the women, we could.
I will take off of work for that.
Oh, no.
It
Julie
won't
Andrews
It's not
is living
happening in
forever.
2020 though, is it?
Oh my gosh.
Back
Stop that.
off.
No. Okay. So, back to the Jodie moment.
It only took us 10 minutes to get here.
But we're here. She actually just celebrated a birthday. So happy
Indeed.
birthday, Jodie.
Yay!
We love you so, so much. And I always post on my story, and I know you think I'm a crazy person because I always play the Jodie moment theme song here. And Jodie's probably like, oh my gosh.
If anybody
this girl
ever
again.
shows her the hashtag Jody moment, the things that, I mean.
She has seen it though. Tracy Hines texted it. She's got her digits. Tracy texted Jodie to alert her that we have this moment.
Oh no.
So
just
now
means she
that
just really thinks
confirms, yes, that she thinks we are nutsos.
I'm all right with that. I'm decided. Here's the thing. This year, I'm done being sorry for things.
Yup.
I'm very done being sorry for things.
Yep.
All done.
So, Jodie, we love you. We really are normal people. Just
I wouldn't agree with that.
okay.
I was just going a little far.
We're
We have a podcast about mermaids, Abby. Or just let that, just like get a moment.
No, fine. You're right. Anywho, you know, so Jody did this thing. It was because she typically goes to a bunch of these Comic-Con things, you know, and they've all been canceled or whatever. Yeah. And so there was, I was so tempted, Lauren. I was so tempted. There was this option because they were doing this online con that she was supposed to be at. So she was online. You could pay to have a one-on-one Zoom session with Jody Benson.
I'm sorry. You didn't inform me of this because I'd have financed that.
Lord.
I've been like, you need to talk to this
Dang
girl.
it. I know, because I was like, you know, we're really like saving all our sand dollars because this video project that I have in January, I'm self-funding and it's a little over $6,000.
Blah, 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 me. Talk to your friends.
I know. Okay. Well, but after all of this and after seeing like what a joy all these other people had, I'm like, you know what? It would have been so worth it. We should have done it because I also have been a little stubborn. I've been like, you know, Jody, like, she needs to be on the podcast. Like,
we do have that in common, you and I.
Yeah, a little bit of stubbornness. Because I'm like, I don't want to have to pay to see Jody. I want Jody to, like, be
part of our world.
And, like, want to
back
be.
fishes.
I want Jody to want to be on our show, you know?
I want to be where the mermaids are.
So if anyone has any, you know, connections with Jody, although, like, that's the thing. Tracy
literally
texted her, told her about the show. It is what it is, Lauren.
I mean, there's just space for you right here.
I mean, just right here. Or on Zoom.
Yeah.
We do live in Nashville, so we're not that far from you, but I would totally drive.
We'll travel.
Yeah,
we'll
travel. That's one thing. I will pay for all the gas money to get to you.
We just want to be where you are.
We do. Well, it would just be
in a non-creepy way.
It's totally non-creepy. We just have so many questions.
I would not handle that well.
One of these days. It's bound to happen.
I know. Season 3.
Are we on season 3? Should we start a new season?
That's what I'm considering. I mean, I thought that's what this was.
Oh, okay, great.
Might as well.
Season 3.
We got new art. We got new merch.
Yep.
We got new socks. Ready. I'm ready, baby. Light me.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll work on that for season 3.
Okay.
This popcorn is really good.
Know. That's real tasty. I'm trying to, like, forego because I have to eat. Like, boyfriend's gonna, like, he does that thing where he makes me dinner.
What a nice boyfriend.
He is a really nice boyfriend, and he's wonderful, and we love him, and it's great. And he never wants to be in this podcast because it would be really funny.
That would be funny to finally introduce people to the boyfriend that we've talked about for the past 2 seasons.
Bless my ginger man. Yeah, I was the big money maker in our household.
My gosh, yeah.
During quarantine.
Yeah, you were just the breadwinner.
That's a rough life. 2 people, preschool salary. Hey,
yeah. We really need to pay our teachers more.
Huh. Y'all learned some of that, eh? Yeah.
That's true. These poor...
when your children are in school, you lose your brain cells.
It's true, though. We're just happy to be back, friends. And there's going to be a lot more mermaid content coming out. I know we did a lot of, like, recapping over here, but there's going to be a lot more mermaid content. And if you have anything you want us to talk about, let us know. You can follow us on social media at Everyday Mermaid Podcast. We are also on Patreon at patreon.com/Everyday Mermaid. And if you want to follow Lauren, she's Mermaid After Midnight. There's some underscores in there. It'll be on the screen or in your description, show notes. And then I am Mermaid Vlogs on Instagram. Ooh, and I'm Everyday Mermaid on TikTok. You should follow me on TikTok.
Oh, you should. It's so much fun.
I'm having a lot of fun over there.
She's done really well.
Oh, it's been fun.
It's a quick turnaround from the original, which was when we first kind of heard that this was a thing we should do. Both of us went,
Totally. I was completely against such things. And now, well,
TikTok queen.
Here we are.
And me over here, who doesn't do social media. I have exactly 4 videos. Let's get out of here.
Let's swim out of here, friends. Thank you so much for listening. And thank you to our patrons for continuing to support us during this time. If you would like to support us on Patreon, we would welcome that and promise that we won't spend it on box launch gifts. Most of the time.
I am okay with that.
Thanks for listening, everyone, and we will
see you on the flip side.
Bye, mermaids.
Bye.